Hello YouTube, HPZ here today, and I've literally been sitting the whole day just wanting to talk about this movie with you guys, and I want to get my ideas out of here as quick as possible and just share my thoughts on it. So I thought I'll just quickly, instead of doing a gameplay like I normally do on Wednesday, just do a quick review of a movie. Why not? My channel. You guys know that I like changing it up. So last night I had the most amazing time with a very good friend of mine. We went out and we watched the new Ghost in the Shell movie with Scarlett Johansson, or whatever. I'm terrible with the actors' names. But initially I walked in expecting it to be not as good as what it actually was. But at the same time, it wasn't as good as the anime. So I'm just going to do this review from my perspective. And that is someone that's seen the anime and loves the anime, and you're going to go see the movie. So if you haven't seen the anime, this review isn't going to be for you. I'm going to reference it a lot, and there's going to be spoilers of both the anime and the movie in here. So if you haven't seen it yet, or you don't like spoilers, I'm not going to majorly destroy plots, but I'm going to destroy key things in there. You might want to cut the video right here and join and rewatch this later on when you've seen the movie. I'm sure within a week or so everyone is going to be talking about this, the tested crew and that anyway, so if I was in your shoes, even if I haven't seen the anime, I'll go get the anime at least and give that a watch. It's one of the classics of all times. I mean, it's up there with Akira. You must watch that sort of level anime. Go watch the anime at least, and then rewatch this review, and then decide if you want to watch the movie. But I'm just going to say, to start off with, everyone that's seen the anime, go watch the movie. It is actually worth watching. It's not another Dragon Ball sort of movie where they ruined the anime completely. Yes, they did a couple things wrong in the movie compared to what the anime was. They misrepresented a few things. You see, I'm so excited about this. They misrepresented a few things in there, and I'm going to pick on those. So just a final call before I start spoiling the whole thing for you. Now's your chance to stop. Okay, right. So I presume that you've watched the actual anime, and there's several key things that makes Ghost in the Shell anime an absolute classic. The two things for me that made it such a huge classic is the visuals and also the music. Both of those key things in that anime like joined together in this perfect harmony and created an absolute fantastic visual and auditory experience for you to go watch. The work that Kenji Kawai, I'm probably butchering your name, I'm so sorry, did on that is spectacular, and you immediately notice that 5 minutes into the anime, you notice the music. The music is in your face. It's loud, but it's gripping. It immediately puts you in this environment of an unknown future. This strange place that's slightly familiar yet completely unknown, with completely unknown rules. That's what the music did for it. The visuals as well. It's a slight reminder of this New York, Japan fusion. Need I say that it's got a huge influence from Do Robots Dream of Electronic Sheep, or what's the movie called? Blade Runner. It's got this huge influence from Blade Runner. It reminds you a lot of the scenes comes directly from Blade Runner. So the visuals and the audio like combined together and creates this thing. But on top of that, you've got this very complicated story that forces you to watch the anime at least twice to like grasp the concept, because everything is so subtle in it. It's extremely sensitive, and when I went to go watch this movie, I kind of thought that there's going to be this normal situation of you'll either have good visuals, you'll either have good audio, or you'll either have a good story, not a combination of those. You know, that's normally what you get with Hollywood, is that the combination that they sort of choose, they have to pander to everyone. So they always only choose one out of those three. It's seldom that you get something that all three expand this to, and I'm extremely happy to say that at least two of the three is well, how can I say, portrayed in the movie itself. It starts off with the beautiful visuals, and you just see the ghost, the brain, being transplanted into the machine, the exact same as what you saw in the original anime, minus the Matrix effects and things. But it's cool. I don't mind that. Matrix effects didn't age very well, so cool. Remove that, and you start hearing Kenji's music, just the start of it. And right at the pinnacle, when the machine goes into the body, where the transformation happens, the birth happens, you don't hear the vocals. They stripped out the vocals from Kenji's music. And for those of you that haven't watched it yet, I'll see if I can put a link down below. Go watch what this music is. And that auditory experience, that vocals that they added to it, actually takes you to this place of it. It's a strangeness. It's odd. It's not what you're used to experiencing. And that adds to the birth of Major. So the first problem that I've got with this, and it's a recurring theme throughout the movie, is unfortunately they removed most of the vocals, that they removed the real power the music had. It still has the nice bassy tones and everything else, but it removed the power that the music had to create this atmosphere of complete, how can I say, it's almost like anxiety sort of effect that you get from it. This subtle, I don't know where I am and this is a strange place. That's what the vocals added to the movie, and it's beautiful. It added it. But then on the flip side, you start watching the visuals, and the visuals throughout the entire movie is what Ghost in the Shell, the anime, was. They kept 100% true. In fact, they turned that volume knob up to 11 on some of the things. The detail of the porcelain dolls, it's fantastic. I'm not going to spoil the movie for you in that regard, because like I said, I'm reviewing this as if you've watched the anime, you haven't watched the movie. So my advice for you is quite simple. Go and watch it. Just for the visuals alone, it's worth doing. There is some subtle things that they changed in the story, and that's a very Americanized thing. They had to dumb the story down. It's a much more in-your-face presentation that they've done. It's not subtle anymore, but they still keep the hints, and they still keep it exactly accurate to what the actual anime was. So it's still worth watching. The story isn't, I wouldn't say it negatively affected the changes that they've made on it, negatively affected the anime, because the outcome, right up until the last scene, is the same. The last scene I'll keep until the last, because that's the biggest spoiler that I'm going to talk about, and it's a huge plot point that I'm really upset about. They also focused a lot more on the Puppet Master more as a person, as an individual, rather than a program. In the manga or the anime, it's portrayed much more as this aggressive AI existence, the Puppet Master, which I kind of identify him as being as this aggressive AI, this menace that has no place in humanity. And unfortunately, they kind of tried to humanize it and bring it more into the plot. But that didn't negatively affect it. They also add more human characteristics to Major. It also didn't negatively affect it. So the two biggest strengths for me so far was the visuals. The visuals are absolutely spectacular. If you go and watch it, just go for the visuals. Even if you haven't watched the anime, go for the visuals in this. It has phenomenally good visuals. The music was okay. It could have been phenomenal if they just kept Kenji's original works. The plot has been American movie-nized, but I won't call that a negative thing, up until the last scene. And yeah, that's about as far as I'm prepared to take this pre-review. This is now like the second layer of spoilers, and I'm not going to go in deep. If you haven't watched the movie yet, cut off at this stage. Don't watch the rest. My major gripe with the movie, what made it a good movie, not an amazing movie, is the fact that the last scene, they kept the spider scene, the spider, the tank scene, which basically shows you the exact opposite of what you saw of the birth scene, where Major got born into this world, this perfect body being created and going out. The spider scene is the exact destruction of the perfect body. I mean, many people sort of see it as this visual representation of rape, that she gets destroyed. This perfect body of hers gets destroyed in order to survive, in order to carry on, which is a very human trait. And they kept that in. And through this extreme destruction and triumph, right at the end of the anime, it's decided that she's going to join with the puppet master and become a new entity. So the whole thing is like a metaphor for life, death, birth. That's what Ghost in the Shell, the spiritual side of Ghost in the Shell, is all about: is life, death, birth. So I'm highly disappointed by the fact that the movie, on the last scene, actually decided to remove that and make her say no, she's not joining with the puppet master. It kind of destroys her entire fight. She fought for this identity. If she just wanted to survive, at any stage she could have run away and it would have been fine. That's just survival. That's a human nature thing. She could have hid. So what they try to do here is they try to create a romance between Puppet Master and Major as a black story, which is completely unnecessary. You don't need it. Not everything has to be a romance. Not everything has to be done out of love. Because one of the main points with the whole series is that her emotions started disappearing. So you don't want to see something necessarily about love. And they just destroyed that last scene just by changing that one thing. And of course, at the end, she's standing all victorious. And they commented that it was a huge victory, and that the entire, I think it was Hantu, or the robot corporation that builds the mechs. Sorry, guys, I'm terrible with names. That they won over them and everything. And in the anime, it's completely different. In the anime, she decides to merge. Her child is born, and that's where you see the new younger version, which I kind of think is dumb from the anime. They shouldn't have had a younger vessel for her. They should have kept an older vessel. But anyway, you see a young vessel, and once again, metaphor for life and death and whatever. And then that carries on. And as the monologue, as the dialogue progresses between her and her partner, they point out that it wasn't a victory. Both sides had losses, and both sides weren't in the best of straits, which kind of fits more into what life is. And that's what upsetted me about the movie, is that they turned it into a Hollywood movie. They wanted a sequel, and there's a Ghost in the Shell sequel. Sure, it wasn't as good as the original. I think the third movie, it started getting good again. And that's the only gripe I've got with it. And the problem is that's 5 minutes of the movie. Only 5 minutes to take it down from a spectacular movie to a good movie. But does that mean you shouldn't watch it? No. Go and watch it. And I'm going to try and keep this down to 15 minutes. It has everything else in there. It has spectacular visuals. The music is still good. It's not great. Okay, it has a good plot. It's still got this whole military investigation plot thing going for it. The scenes are accurate and true to what the anime is, right down to the nitty-gritty. They really got in and added the detail and stuff and turned that knob up to 11. So yeah, this is my spoiler of it. I just wanted to do like a quick thing, like 15 minutes long, and just talk about the movie. Get my thoughts down before I forget about them. Get it while I'm still excited, while I can barely talk about it. And I'm going to tonight rewatch the anime. I want to get more out of it. So, for everyone else, if you've seen a movie, if you haven't seen a movie, like, comment, leave a comment for me, and we can talk about it and we can chat about it. And yeah, just let me know what your thoughts are. I think that it was very good. I think it's one of the better movies for 2017, because let's face it, 2017 was a bit rocky. I still have to go watch Logan. I won a free ticket for a movie, so I'll go watch that. Possibly Friday or sometime. There's no time limit, but I think that so far the two best movies had to be Ghost in the Shell and Logan. So I'll see how Logan turns out and then make up my mind. So anyway, HP Zeta signing off. Tell me what your thoughts are. Do you like movie reviews? Do you like the way I present a movie review? If you do, just write in the comments. There'll always be spoilers. I'm not professional enough not to spoil something. But I think in this case, I'm spoiling it for the crowd that's watched the anime and they want to know if they want to watch the movie. So anyway, HP Zeta signing off. If you like my videos, comment and subscribe. My normal content is coming back soon. Once again, I got screwed over by a shipment from RS. So hopefully there will be some content on Saturday. It's not what I wanted to do, but I think you guys will like it. So we will see. So anyway, HP Zeta signing off. Cheerio. Bye.